Hello, comrades! Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Open Potato. Right, well, thank you very much to everyone who left comments all about the poor little pumping station from across the river. We did actually rebuild it very, very late in the episode, but there you go. I appreciate all of the comments nonetheless. Anyway, I thought we would start our episode here in Nuclear Grant today, because today is all about nuclear reactors, and very specifically, it is all about the brand new Mahusiv twin nuclear reactor. That's right. So we currently have a single nuclear reactor, which is providing all of our external power needs. I mean, we've got an absolute ton of nuclear fuel that is still sitting inside the single nuclear reactor, but today we're going to start construction and planning of a second nuclear campus, in addition to a proper full-sized double twin, whatever you want to call it, nuclear reactor. That's right. It's gonna be really, really great. I mean, I've talked about it for such a long time. I need to change this, don't I? I've talked about it for such a long time, and the reason that I've never done it is that, you know, frankly, we didn't really need to. We didn't really need to do it up until now. But I thought, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I want to build a double whammy nuclear thingamabobber, nuclear reactor. That's right. That's the term that I was looking for. That's not even what I need. Don't know why I built that. It's a thing. It's there for sure. I don't need that at all, though. I need a construction office. I don't know why I built a depot. For good measure, I guess. Sure, we can store some vehicles down here, if indeed that is something that we need to do at some point in the future. But yeah. So, what's great about a double nuclear reactor, you ask? Well, nothing really. Nothing really, other than the fact that it produces double the amount of power that a single nuclear reactor does. It's pretty standard. Also, something that I should make you aware of. I do indeed believe radiation doesn't really exist. Whoops. Radiation doesn't really exist unless, massive caveat here. It doesn't exist unless the reactor is on fire. Right? So that means that basically there has to be a fire in one of the reactors in order for radiation to start spreading. So there you go. The whole point of mentioning that little tidbit of information right now was that in actuality, because we are doubling the number of reactors, in fact, technically we're tripling the number of reactors that we have, but we're doubling the number of reactor buildings, right? So we're doubling the reactor buildings from one singular reactor building up to two, obviously. The point that I'm trying to make is that there is double the chance that we will indeed have a fire and radiation will start to spew, which is obviously somewhat of a concern. We do have a fire station, but we got to make sure that we have sufficiently high-quality roads that will allow our fire trucks to get from location to location to location. Are you kidding me? How is this not within range? It's right over here. Oh, I see. You guys are going to fill up with fuel. I see what the problem is. Okay, well, that's fine. Well, you guys can go and do that. I'm not super bothered about that. We've got most of the free flattened area that I wanted to get done. I want to get sorted, which is very, very good, because what we'll need to do, we've obviously got the existing uranium mine, which I think is probably outputting enough uranium. It's probably outputting enough uranium to deal with a secondary nuclear campus, which is good. Very, very good indeed. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff that we're going to need to get zoned in here anyway. The first thing that I ideally want to do is see if, can I actually just straight up upgrade this road? I would really like to get that road transformed into not a terrible garbage road, please. That would be really, really nice. So if we could do that, then that would be great, and get that upgraded as well. And we will asphaltify this entire road, and we will get rid of this abysmally disappointing dirt track. Alrighty. And then let's see if we can roughly plan out exactly what we want to do. So we've got the uranium mine. We've got the first stage of the process, the uranium processing plant. Now. We only technically need one of these. We only technically need one uranium processing plant to two uranium Yeah, we only need one uranium conversion plant to one We only need 1 uranium processing plant to 1 uranium conversion plant, but then we need 2 nuclear fuel fabrications to 1 uranium conversion plant. What I'm really trying to say here, folks, is that I kind of want to see if I can try and build the most largest, that's a technical term, the most largest nuclear processing facility that you've ever seen in your whole darned life. I don't know. Have you seen a single nuclear processing facility in your life? I don't know. Either way, I think we're going to try and go for 2 uranium processing plants. So that's going to produce at maximum capacity, what is that? 3.4 tons of uranium oxide per day. And then each of these are going to be linked to a single uranium conversion plant, like so. Yes, that's not terrible. Yeah, pretty happy with that so far. That's looking good. And that over there, I mean, we can, you know, we can sort of adjust as we go. And then each of these buildings needs 2 fuel fabrication plants. Yeah, which is kind of a lot, but we'll do it nonetheless. So you can go there, sure, and then maybe we'll see if we can get another one right over here. I mean, that actually looks reasonably good. This is the cable that goes down to Docksky / Shipsky. Also, thank you very much to the person who told me that that Docksky was not connected to the road network. I will rectify that with a slight little road purchase right there, just in case Docksky decides to go on fire for some obscure reason. I don't know why it would choose to go on fire, but, you know, stranger things have happened. Anyway, so that's the first nuclear fuel fabrication plant, and we need to get 4 of these, well, 3 more, really, in order to match up the ratio. Okay. I tell you what, I'll replace the cable afterwards. Yeah. Cool. And then let's see what we've got here. All right. I think there is pretty nice. So you can kind of see the vibe that I'm going for. So what we can do is we can just stick a bus stop in, like, right about here, or right about here, somewhere around this area, and then we can have a pathway that goes through the center of the campus, and then also round the side. And so I'm going to try and mirror what I've done over here. But we might be a little bit space constrained, which is never a good sign, but that's fine. Yeah, I mean, this is not looking particularly positive in terms of orientation. I mean, that's not bad, but we're gonna need more space, that's for sure. Right, demolish the uranium conversion plant, and we'll see if we can do it this way around. Yeah, I think that's very suitable. Right, and then nuclear fuel fabrication again. Oops. Oh, goodness gracious me. Sometimes the industry connections are slightly laggy. Yeah, they can slightly decide to lag the game on occasion. I mean, honestly, if we were just to remove this road, we would have a little bit more space, but I don't really want to remove the road. I mean, kinda don't want to do that. Kinda don't want to do that. Give me that. Sure. Right, get that locked and loaded. And now, if by some miracle we can maybe fit a plant in here, that seems rather ambitious, I feel. Yeah, let me try again with that nuclear fuel fabrication facility. The problem is that there's no industrial connections on either end. And I kind of want to stand the building up like so, because otherwise we might have a little bit of a space problem. I mean, we're already having a little bit of a space problem. I mean, we can always try moving the conversion facility back a little bit. Yeah. It's always an option. Goodness gracious me. The game really, it drops frames like crazy. Like, absolutely crazy whenever I let the industry connections just go. Like, just connect themselves. Okay. I think that's about as good as it's going to get in terms of space that we have to play with. Okay, and then you can go here, or some connection over here. Yeah, that's actually not terrible. I mean, if I need to move a couple of cables in order to make this work, I can just about deal with that. And then, oh, I mean, we are so unbelievably close. We are so unbelievably close. Okay. Disconnect you, disconnect you, disconnect you. Disconnect that, disconnect that. Okay, try again. See if we can move it over just a smidgen. Because if we're able to move it over just a smidgen. There we go. That's brilliant. Then we can see if we can get this in here. Oh, come on. Video game. Don't tease me like this. I know you're after. I know you're after the perfect location. And you're very, very close to hitting it. Oh, it's tantalizingly close. I mean, it does say that is going to work, which is, I mean, really, really good. However, there is some bad news with that. I don't think we're going to have the space that I need to stick in a road. He says. Is there space in here? I don't think there's space. Oh, it's so close. I like it though. I like it. We're on to a winner with this one, folks. We're on to a winner. Okay. At that angle, maybe that angle, maybe there is like a yes, right there. Okay, I think this is as good as it gets. Okay, so we've got space. Yeah, we got the space that we need. Brilliant. What about the space up here? Oh, we've got the space for the road up there. Okay, that's really, really good. I mean, apart from the fact that we might not be able to walk everyone to work, you know what? I'm actually kind of hopeful that we'll be able to do that. Okay, so let me instead get this planned out with not garbage roads, and we're gonna try and make this look, you know, somewhat like a professional working environment. In an ideal world, we're going to try and make sure that it is all linked up with nice angular looking corners. There we go. We'll build a road right around the edge of the campus. There we go. Looking good. Going to take this road out temporarily so that I can level the ground right in there. We will get a road around the back here. Like so. And we will connect you up there. That looks very, very good. Very, very professional. I like it a lot. It's nice. And we will get you linked up over there. Sure. And you over... Well, this road is actually going to get destroyed, so we should probably connect up a little thing over there. Okay, so that's cool. I think that's everything connected up, if I'm not mistaken. Every single facility. This is by far, by the way, the biggest operation that we are attempting. I think I've got every building that I need. We've got processing plant into a conversion plant, into a conversion plant, into fabrication, into fabrication, into fabrication. Yeah, so this is basically going to be the bigger, the more impressive, the much larger industry nuclear processing park. Industry nuclear processing park? Yeah, you know, the name needs a little bit of work. I won't lie to you. The name does indeed need a little bit of work. But for the most part, I think that we can be very, very happy about that. Now, is anything gonna auto-assign? Are we gonna have any issues with regards to the auto-assigning of stuff? Also, what the heck is going on here? Are we at a power? Oh, yes, we will be out of power because that is a very, very key power cable that I decided to disconnect rather flippantly. Oh, yes, and of course, since the game has updated, you can now only connect the same wire types, which is, I must say, deeply irritating if you're playing with, like, legacy wire types installed. So, therefore, I'm going to have to delete the entire line of cables and then reconnect with a brand new type of wire. And it's going to have to go all the way back to here. Yep, there we go. That's the one. I think I've traced it correctly. Connect that up there. So you come down here, you come down here. Yeah, we'll just take this old wire out, since there's no reason to keep it around anymore, since we don't require it. I am going to rush build that because it is very, very important that I get it up and running. Although actually, in saying that, I'm immediately going to cancel these cables right here, and then I'm going to take these cables back further. The reason why is that I've built this whole nuclear infrastructure, and yet I haven't placed down my big twin nuclear reactor. And so you know what? Let's go. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Let's stick it down over here. Ideally, as I say, if there's a bus stop right around this area, we should have absolutely no difficulty in getting the vast majority of people to get to work via their legs. That's right. I said it. Via their legs. Is that not how you get to work? Via your legs? No? Just me, maybe? Okay. Whatever the case, that should be the power situation fixed. We should have trolley buses working again. We should have the gas stations working again. We should have no issues whatsoever. Everything should be fine. Right? As far as I'm aware, everything should work. That's kind of the dream. Okay. Nuclear Grad Construction Office has auto-assigned to there. Can I just have a little look at the range of these construction offices, please? So now, thanks to the brand new update, there is a very, very good range tool. And I gotta be honest, it looks tantalizingly close. In fact, no, it is. Let me build that. Yeah, let me build that road. I'll rush build that road. Does that extend the range a little bit? There we go. Okay, so now that range is extended a little bit more, as far as I'm concerned, slightly better. However, it looks like we might have somewhat of a problem reaching some of the constructions around this side of the campus. So I'm actually going to take this opportunity to connect up I guess like a campus bypass road. I mean, this whole area needs to be security protected to the highest degree, so I guess it really doesn't matter where I build the roads. But anyway, that should allow pretty much everything to be built once the road infrastructure is in place. The great thing about building, by the way, the great thing about building in Potatograd is that everything builds so darn quickly. I mean, everything just builds, and it builds so fast. It really is brilliant. We are probably going to run out of gravel fairly soon, but that's okay. We did indeed spend a good long time getting our gravel production in order, which is kind of nice. And now all of the constructions should just be building, which is great. It fills me with a great amount of happiness, and I'm super glad that we actually have a huge nuclear complex. What is this? Prefab flats on fire? Well, that's fine. That's fine. There's a fire station nearby. Yeah, sure. The fire engines just drive on the paths. Why not? Why not, eh? Why the heck not? Okay, so that is the vast majority of the road network completed. I just need to get in place a bus network. Now, I did say that maybe, just maybe, I would be able to stick in a bus stop right over here. I still think this is my ideal place for a bus stop, by the way. Somewhere in here. I need to take this out, stick in a bus stop. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this might mess with things a little bit. Yeah, this is gonna get a little funky. Okay, quickly, get out of here, get out of here. And another truck's coming in. I need to replace this entire area. I need to replace this entire row. Or maybe, oh, actually, yes please, that's great. Sign me up. Too sharp of a turn? Where is your lack of ambition, video game? You definitely will not have this. You'll go through, but you won't, okay. How very peculiar. Right, we can take that back. We can take that back and try again. That's too sharp of a turn, though. That's completely crazy, isn't it? Alright, get that zoned. I'm going to build the bus stop, and I'm going to build this bit of road so that we can actually just start work on the 2 very sort of base levels of uranium processing facilities. Also, the other thing that I have not considered at all, was the fact that we are going to need conveyor connections, and I've just built a bus stop in probably just about the most inconvenient place that I possibly could. I mean, this conveyor probably won't be too difficult to get set up, he says optimistically. Yeah, so that's actually quite an easy one to do. However, this is going to be a real challenge. Yeah, should have thought of that, actually. Should have thought of that. Okay, I'm going to take a bulldozer tool over here. Yeah, I know some of you are going to get lost. That's kind of okay. I can just about deal with that. Give me a conveyor / pipe station. Just give me a single road crossing. Yeah. I really despise this, actually. I think we're going to have to move the bus stop. Yeah. Think we're going to have to. Don't think we've got a choice here. Right. Wait until that gets sorted. I mean, does that work? I mean, that would be something akin to that would not be terrible. Something akin to that would not be terrible. Yeah, if we were able to pull this off, then that would be great. Yeah, so give me something like this. Give me something like that. And then we'll try again to get the bus stop down. But the goals have now changed, I think. We need to see if we can try and maybe get the bus stop over there. I really dislike that for a number of reasons. The road will probably work. The road will probably work from this location. Yeah, the road works. But this road probably won't. We could always tweak the location of this specific... We could always tweak the location of this specific nuclear processing plant slightly. But I really do think that it's the bus stop that we want to try and tweak. Excuse me? I wanted to demolish that. Yeah. I mean, the bus stop really is the problem here. Okay, what I'm gonna do on a... No, I don't want to... I want to get this... I want to nail down this bus stop before we proceed with anything else. Otherwise, we're going to forever be having issues. Again, like, I like the general location of this bus stop. However, I'm just not convinced that it's... What about here? Like, is in the... No, it needs to be at the start of the campus. Otherwise, we're going to have tremendous issues. What about something like that? That is a very, very dodgy space for it to be. However, if it works, right? I think I can thread the needle here. That is actually brilliant if that's the case. And then this, if this connects up here, or if this even wants to go underneath the conveyor, as it seems to want to do. Right, take it out a little bit, and then curve around. I mean, you will work, video game. I understand that this is gonna happen. It's just about how I manage it. There you go, just like that. Okay, so that actually looks not too bad, and I think that will basically give us functionally the same walking distance as we had before. There we go. Nice. Keep the corners tight. There we go. So let's try and deliver as many people to the interior as we can. I.e., most of the pathing connections will be to the inside here. Any other pathing connections that I can do to the inside? I mean, that can obviously connect up there. I think that's about it. We'll get a connection over here. That's good. And so that leaves literally one singular building, the building over here, to be connected via walking. I mean, that's not necessarily impossible. We can definitely manage to do that. We might have to use a sort of similar trick as to the one that we used at the Potatograd bus platform, small number 2 or whatever, in order to sort of shuttle people between important stops. But I think that should be it. I think that should be it. I think. Also, let me just check to see the range. Oh. Always scares me whenever something like that happens. The range, yeah, the range of the construction office looks to be... It looks to be large enough. It should cover the entirety of the nuclear grad complex. Where are you guys going? Oh, you guys probably can't get to this building right over here? No, you can get to that building. What's the issue? There shouldn't be any. There should be no issues. Where are you supposed to be going? Nuclear grad uranium mine. Oh, that's a problem. I did not consider nuclear grad uranium mine at all, although I think we'll be just... Oh boy, thank goodness we're just fine. Oh, that was almost a catastrophic mistake, but it looks like that's mostly okay. Hopefully now we're going to be able to get the buses out of the bus stop quickly enough to make sure that we don't run out of power. There we go. Okay, so that's good. That's really, really good. I'm pretty happy about that. The other thing that we might want to do, might want to do, is think about a rail connection. And I know that seems kind of ridiculous given that I've just faffed around for 20 minutes with a road connection. A road connection is how people are going to be driven out here. However, what we can also do is we can plonk down a rail cargo platform small. We'll plonk this down right around the front of the thingamabobber. Yeah, that's right, the nuclear reactor. Maybe a little bit closer. A little bit closer to the road, because we don't know quite yet what we will be required to build and where we will be required to build the steam towers, the cooling towers, or whatever. So I think right about there is fine. So what we can actually do is we can actually chain the people that come in via the train. So we can say, hey, rather than people individually going to work at the reactor, we can say, hey, everyone go to the nuclear grad bus stop, and from there, everyone can be distributed accordingly. That's kind of what I think we're going to do. Look at this. The uranium processing facility is going gangbusters. It's going great. The other thing that I wanted to do was see, is it possible for us to get a connection across here? In fact, I think it totally is. Yeah, so let me take this back just for a second. I'm going to connect up. Angle of connection is too sharp. Really? I mean, that seems rather defeatist, don't you say, video game? The reason that I want to do this is that I don't actually want to build that conveyor connection right there. That conveyor connection is not ideal, really, for our circumstances. I would much rather prefer to have a conveyor connection from here to here, because that means it goes via the, via the store. And if I'm able to capitalize on the fact that we do have this buffer sort of inbuilt, then that's great. I could get a single road crossing, actually. Single road crossing. Yep. A single road crossing might just be a little too big, though. We can... In fact, actually, that's totally fine, isn't it? That's exactly how I want it to be built. Brilliant. Sign me up. Cool. Very, very cool. So as long as that connects up, then we are totally fine. There does need to be a connection over here as well, so that we can build this ourselves. Alright, brilliant. Man, and again, it just bears saying... oh, actually, we're not going to be able to get through unless we build this ourselves. So let me just rush build these two conveyors. And that should allow everyone to get through to where they need to go. It does bear saying that I absolutely love building stuff in Potatograd. I absolutely love it. It's so fast. It's so easy. I mean, look at the number of machines that we have here. Interesting that they choose to despawn over there, but that's fine, I guess. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of activity. It's really interesting. It's really cool. I like it a lot. 2 thumbs up from me. 2 big thumbs up from me. This road, by the way, is all eventually going to be converted into not garbage road. I mean, I'm still very embarrassed about the fact that we don't have a sufficient amount of asphaltified road in the original nuclear campus. For example, the road that runs up to the flippin' single nuclear reactor isn't actually asphalt. Can you imagine? That is just, it's brings great shame to the nation, frankly. Great shame to this glorious republic. And so I want to make sure that we fix that. We want to make sure that we do absolutely everything that we possibly can in order to make sure that this is all asphalt. That's the goal anyway. Man, this is looking good. This is looking good. I am very happy with how this is coming along. And as soon as the bus stop is actually built, which is going to be very shortly indeed, we should be able to expand the construction range of the office yet again, which is very cool indeed. Okay, how are we doing at the steel mill? Let's just take a customary little gander across to the steel mill to see how things are doing over here. Looks like we're mostly fine, but a little bit short on iron still, which is not ideal, to be honest. We're drawing down on our additional aggregate storage over there. Yeah, it's not ideal, as I say. We do need more iron, actually. We do need more iron. Might be worth me investing in another iron train. Although I really don't know if we've got the capacity to pump out more iron than we already do. Let me have a little look. We've got 360 tons. What have we got? Pollution monitoring station in Potatograd. Okay, I suspect that we will be just fine. Yeah, I mean, do we have the capacity to pump out more iron? I mean, is there even... Buildings without power supply. Oh, that's fine, actually, I guess. I mean, it's not the greatest situation in the world. I tell you what, I could get these cables replaced. Get all of them replaced, actually. There we go, with the proper nice stuff. The best cables. Building is in the way. Have no fear. Potato is here. There we go. I was thinking for a second, why have I stopped building this stuff? Oh, it's because the game was paused. Potato, that's why. Right, how are we doing up here? We got a good number of people. The problem is that the source is absolutely garbage in comparison to the quality of source of the coal mine. I mean, is there any way that I could maybe go about getting a better iron mine? I've talked about this a little bit before. Iron's pretty hard to come by, really. Even if I was to take a little glance to see what the situation is up here. I mean, there's a good source reasonably close up in this area. But that's about it. I mean, decent source on this mountain here, but it would probably have to stick down the mine right around here. We need a free construction office. Really? Is that the case? I mean, what if I auto build with rubles? That seems to make, frankly, zero difference. I mean, it makes a difference, but it makes frankly no difference. Okay, it looks like a mine is off the table for a while now. I mean, we can't increase the number of people that we have working at the mines anymore. We're already at max anyway. We're consistently hitting seemingly about 170 tons a day, and that's just not enough, really, is it? No, it's not enough. It's not enough. Although in saying that, I mean, we are just producing enough coal. Like, it may look like we're producing a ton of coal and we're able to get away with it, but unfortunately, I don't think we're that good on coal production. Well, I mean, we're good on coal production, but we're not that good on coal production, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we will definitely have to. We'll definitely have to see if we can do something iron related. I mean, I suspect that maybe at some point there's a mountain over here, Mount Ivan. There we go. Mount Ivan seemingly has got a absolute ton of iron on it. I say an absolute ton in comparison to the normal. The only problem is that it's kind of like a bazillion miles away from everywhere. Although I think that maybe the answer to our question is perhaps at some point we need to look at getting an iron processing area kind of akin to what we've done over here, i.e. an external iron processing area. That might allow us to move some more resources directly into the steel mill. I just didn't really anticipate it being this soon, so to speak. Either way, I'm pretty happy with how the coal trains worked out. Like it seems to be working. It seems to be working well. It's, you know, just an extra additional source of resource. You guys are lost. That's okay because we are working on the road. That's totally fine. Everything is going. Wow. I mean, look, you can't complain. You can't complain about the speed, can you? You cannot complain about the speed of construction. Everything is going absolutely delightfully well. Speaking of the speed of construction, how are we doing over in Docksky? We still don't have plastics. We still do not have plastics. I mean, that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing because I briefly addressed plastics in the last episode. Like very, very briefly addressed plastics in the last episode. And it seems like plastics, electronic components, everyone needs plastics. Everyone needs plastics, and that's real not good. How many trucks do I have? Coalgrad Road Cargo Station. There's loads and loads of trucks that are still going back and forth. I mean, it is a really painfully long journey. It is a really long journey. It is a really long journey, and I suspect, truthfully, that we are in a situation where we're still overproducing chemicals, overproducing plastic even. No, actually, tell a lie. We're not producing a lot of plastic because we ain't cranked it up. Let's crank it up to 60 employees. I mean, it's not going to make a tremendous amount of difference because we still need a lot more plastics, and we still need a lot more delivery capacity. Let me see if I can bump up the number of trucks that are actually on this route again. I think maybe I need to double it. Like, just straight up double it. Oh, look. Last chance to buy the DR Class 5 100. That's a crying shame, because that locomotive has been with me through thick and thin. I really feel like maybe I should buy a couple just to, you know, just to keep around for old time's sake. Maybe that's a little bit sad. It's probably a little bit sad. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe it'll look a little weird. It probably will. Okay, I'm not going to do that. There we go. Okay, but that's our plastic sorted. I did talk about maybe doing plastic via a distribution network. I don't think that that's something that I want to do. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it like that. All right, lots and lots of plastics. Lots and lots of plastics. You know what? I think I'm actually going to double it again. Well, not double it. I'm going to add 8. I'm going to add 8 additional covered hull trucks. There we go. 8 additional covered hull trucks. Here. I mean, this kind of looks like overkill, but we need a lot of plastic, as it turns out. And plastic is only transported in 4-ton loads. So, therefore, you can't always transport that much at once. Also, we're still importing oil from abroad, which is a bit of a bummer, frankly, but not much that we can really do about that. Harbor is almost done. That's great. I tell you what, when this harbor is done, maybe we can think about transporting fuel over to this area. Oh my goodness, I think I've cracked it. I think that's what we want to do. Oh my god, look, you know what? Okay, this is kind of by the by. I really need to learn to just focus on one singular project at any one time, but My brain is always like, if I start building it now, then in like 5 episodes it'll be completed, and we can have a nice episode then. You know, I'm always trying to think ahead as much as I possibly can. Either way, if I smooth down this coastline, and then take a destructive bulldozer to that road, we can actually get in a, what is it? It's a pumping harbor. That's exactly the one that I wanted. A pumping harbor. We'll get a pumping harbor right in over here. There we go. And you know what? We're going to actually zone a pumping harbor at the other side as well, over in Kobe. Yeah, will you go there? You will, in fact, just go there. It works like a charm. All right. Let's sew up this crevice. Lovely. And I will take some nice gravel roads in order to connect this up over here. Brilliant. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. We are going to use a brilliantly homemade tanker at some point. I mean, you know, we want to finish the Volga-Belt, the second Volga-Belt, actually. And then we're going to see if we can buy the blueprint for the Pride, the tanker. That's right. It's going to cost me, wowzers, 9,700,000 rubles, which is why I guess we're trying to build a whole bunch of nuclear fabrication facilities so that I can afford a stupidly expensive blueprint. There you go. It's an ambition anyway. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna transport fuel directly from Kobe or Refinovsky right over to here, and then from there it can be pumped into the holding tanks. How cool is that? How cool is that? And that will just keep everything good for longer. I tell you what we should do in preparation. I'm gonna actually build a tank. No. Yes, that's kind of what I want. Although I'll need to put a pumping station in the middle there. Yeah, so give me that there. Sure, that can be zoned and that can start work. I mean, it's going to take us a lot of steel. Actually, not that much steel. We'll get this started. We'll get all of the resources moved across here. And then what we will do is we will have a pipeline coming from here. That's right. We will struggle to get across the... Oh, it's just too long. It's just too long. It's too long. Right, cancel that. And try again. We'll build the pumping station over here. Also, I need to reconnect this road because otherwise we're gonna create a super long route for some trucks. Yeah, although don't build that pipe, please, because otherwise we're gonna have issues. There we go. Just build the storage tanks for now, okay? You know, I don't want to lose focus. I don't want to lose focus too much over the course of this episode. Not more so than I already have. That's for sure. Bada bim, bada boom. Okay, get started. Assign all the construction offices. Happy days. You guys can all start work. Brilliant. Okay, that's really, really good. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is that hopefully, we're going to be able to pump all of the oil from Kobe over to here into these tanks, or more probably into this big tank over here. And that should allow us to have a little bit more of a secure fuel supply. Although, to be honest, it actually looks pretty secure at this moment in time anyway. Yeah, I mean, it looks fine. It looks totally fine. Yeah. I mean, we've got, you know, 2 tanks that are almost filled to the brim. And that wasn't even the case in the last episode. So clearly the changes that we made seemed to work, which is important. Very, very important indeed. Okay, the uranium conversion facility is done. We've actually just finished both of the uranium processing facilities. As soon as we finish this road, and then we subsequently finish that road, and we're able to start construction of the twin nuclear reactor, you'll just see, like, everything mobilized, because the number of resources that are consumed in constructing a twin nuclear reactor, it's just immense. It's just immense. Like, I don't think I've ever seen something as crazy as what it's like to build a twin nuclear reactor. By the way, if you're wondering where I've seen it, well, you can come on over to twitch.tv/orbitalpotato. That's right. I stream Workers and Resources Soviet Republic with a ridiculous amount of frequency, apparently. And I've built my own nuclear reactor in that little playthrough that we're doing, which is entirely separate to this one over here. The Potato Grad playthrough lives only on YouTube, and the other playthrough lives on Twitch. But either way, it's an immense amount of work in order to build a twin nuclear reactor. 872 tons of steel. I mean, I'd wager that we're probably already out of steel anyway. Yeah, we've already depleted our expansive steel stocks, which is why I really want to sort out iron, but I just can't sort out iron until we either get a different source or we get an external processing area. I mean, we could look to... There's a little bit of iron in these hills over here, just up behind Constructingrad. I just don't know, though. I just don't know. I just don't think it's... any... I mean, look at this. It's just not good. This is a worse quality source than... It's a worse quality source than we already have. Nope. Nope. Yeah. It's just not good. It's just not good. It's just not good enough. I don't think we can justify going after these piddly little sources. I think we gotta go fairly big. We gotta go fairly big, or we gotta go home. We either have to come to this, whatever it is, Mount Ivan. Yeah, we either have to come to Mount Ivan. There's a good amount in Mount Ivan. In fact, I think that this actually might be the best place for us to do it. And then we build, or we try and build, like an iron processing area, kind of akin to what we've got over here. Just a slight little train journey from Coalgradsky, maybe, and we set up a passenger service to take passengers from Coalgradsky to the iron processing area. This is just me rambling now and seeing if we can sort of come up with any system that will remotely future-proof. Yeah. Also, this is really becoming a bit of a problem. We cannot supply enough crops to the food processing facility. The forklifts are going, you know, absolutely ham, trying to transport as much croppage as they possibly can, and yet it's just nowhere near enough, and it's not good. It's not good, because that means that food's not getting anywhere, and when food doesn't get anywhere, then that means that we end up importing a heck of a lot of food. 113,000 rubles of food. We actually have imported more food than oil. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Slight little bit of fuel that we're still importing. Don't know where we could possibly be importing it from or to. Maybe some of these offices over here. You know the ones. That's the forklift. That's the term that I'm looking for. Any chance of me connecting up road over here? Frankly, no. Frankly, no. I don't think that's gonna happen. It might happen at some point in the future. I really think that the truthful answer as to how we rectify this area is to try and remove the forklifts. Seriously, that might actually be what it comes to, because this area is just not efficient enough with the forklifts. You know, we just have too low a level of production on the food factory in order to maintain that. It's not good. Anyway, I tell you what we haven't looked at this episode. Well, there are two things that we haven't looked at this episode. In fact, there are three things we haven't looked at this episode. First of all, how are we doing with the big old bridge? Not bad. Not bad at all. By the time that this big old bridge is actually done, we're not going to need it for anything. We're not going to need it for anything. We're going to have our fuel transported by boat. We're going to have our aggregate transported by boat. It's all going to be great. Anyway, yeah, what I wanted to check on was this, the Mini Constructo Medical University. And it seems to be working absolutely fantastically. How brilliant is that? And that's wonderful. I mean, that built super, super quickly. Again, I guess the benefit of living right next door to a construction hub is that stuff can be built really, really darn quickly. Also, the people of Mini Constructo, they're gonna be getting some improvements. There we go. Let's see if we can try and improve the road. Maybe one little bit at a time. Come on, everyone. We can all... If we all chip in and do it, it shouldn't take long. Also, how are we doing on the big old bridge? Oh, we are tantalizingly close. We are tantalizingly close. We are pretty much just waiting for a couple of deliveries of people. And then we're going to be... And then we're going to be ready. We're going to build a construction office out here. Is that necessary? I don't actually know. What we could do in anticipation for this bridge being completed is get down a couple of roads. Tell you what, I actually think that maybe just this island will itself just completely transform what we're able to do with oil and how much oil we actually import. I was going to build a construction office out here so that I could terraform the land a little bit easier, because I need to expand out into the sea because there is so much oil actually in the sea. That's what I was going to do. I recall now. Brilliant. Either way, very, very happy with the progress that we're making over there. Yeah, let's get on that as well. That's cool. Yeah, so Mini Constructo is basically fixed now. Basically fixed. Maybe we need a few more people. Maybe we need a few more people. In fact, I think we probably do need a few more people. We definitely need more housing so that we can allow people to move out. I tell you what I might do. I think I might just build a residential building. I'll build a 21-story prefabricated flat, which is my favorite type of flat now. It's the best by a tremendous margin, in my opinion. I mean, it is modded, so I guess you could make the argument that it is slightly broken. But I love it. Okay. Build me 2 of them, actually. Right. That is exciting. The reason that that's exciting is because that means that there is going to be progress. I love progress. Okay. 78,000 rubles. Brilliant. 78,000 rubles. I'm just going to, I'm just going to deal with it. Just going to deal with it. So immediately 74 people should decide to move in here, which is great. I'm also going to nip back across to Potatograd, see if I can kidnap a few more people and get them to move out as well. There we go. In fact, yeah, just one of these entire flats, to be honest. 160 citizens were unable to participate in sport. Also, this exact building is without a power supply. Alright, so it's a good thing that I clicked on this building, really, just to see what the situation is over here. But anyway, let's get everyone relocated out here. Okay. Brilliant. And I think we'll leave it just there for a second. Sport seems to be an issue just generally, because of course the sporting facilities that are in the game, just as a base game, really, utter garbage. I'm gonna build a gymnasium for my wonderful populace. Okay. That over there. Great. And I think, to be honest, we should probably look at a gymnasium also in Potatograd. There we go. Yeah, just build that. Cool. Alright, nice. Let's pop across back to Potatograd to see if we can find out why the heck this building has no power. Is it the fact that the entire city has got no power? It's the fact that the entire city has got no power. Yeah, it's the fact that the entire city had no power. Just for a very temporary amount of time. Also, looks like we are managing to fill up this flat mostly back to full again. I suspect... Wow, that's crazy. Look at that. We emptied this flat. We emptied it, and now... we're wow, crazy. Also, we are supposedly having real issues with power supply. This could be because of 2 reasons. First of all, this individual substation could be overloaded. Overload is, well, the substation really can't be overloaded, but what I mean to say is that there could be more voltage running through these wires, which can only carry 2.35 megavolts. Or not megavolts, megawatts even. So we have to be wary of the fact that that is potentially happening here. It's climbing. And then, yep, so it's climbed over 2.5, and therefore that's going to short the system in a bit, which is not super great. What we can do to rectify that is just by building our own We're building our own additional wire connection. We can... How much voltage is coming through there? Not very much. Not very much at all. So we can just connect up over here. There we go. Just do that. That may indeed make a little bit of a difference. Or it might not. Who knows? Either way, that's pretty unsustainable, that level of wattage. It's not good. Not good. Far too high. Far too high. Either way, everyone seems to have now found themselves a job, and we still have more people than we can cope with. Wow. Wow. 433 people still living with their parents. And that is after building an incredible amount of houses. I mean, every single person in all of these houses is 100% highly educated. Like, it is rare that I click on a house. Look, that's 61 people that do not have high education. That is, frankly, shocking. And I bet you the reason that is the case is because I clicked on these two buildings and I transferred people into them semi-recently. Because everyone else seems 100% educated. Apart from you. Apart from this flat. Don't understand why that's the case. I don't get it, though. I do not get it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ditch the football playground, the tennis playground, because they're garbage, as I've already explained. There we go. Yes, I know I've plunged half the town into darkness. It's fine. I'll deal with that in just a second. I need the gymnasium, please. There we go. Is one gymnasium going to be enough? I kind of assumed that I would need to get a second one. No, do not demolish the building. What about that? That's not looking too bad. Nice. Okay. It might mess the pathing up a little bit for a bunch of people, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway. That was not what I wanted to do, but okay. Overlaps the existing construction. I mean, no, please. Too sharp a turn. Again, too sharp a turn. Okay. Yep. Nice. Looking good. What else? Can we get a path through there? I mean, that was very optimistic. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not displeased with that. Okay, let's rebuild those paths. Let's rebuild those gymnasiums. 2 gymnasiums in exchange for a football field and a tennis playground. Probably the right thing to do, in fairness. I did have to ditch, unfortunately, a large number of paths in order to make that possible, but I think it'll be worth it. Okay, good. And we reconnect that power cable. Game chugs for a little bit. And then suddenly, everything is fine. Brilliant. Okay. So importantly, that's our sports situation semi-sorted. Basically, wherever we see a sports facility, a tennis playground, football field, whatever, we should think about replacing it with a gymnasium. Look at this. Even with the maximum number of employees at the gym, there's still too many people. Wow. That's kind of bonkers. That's very bonkers, in fact. Oh, goodness gracious me. We are making brilliant progress. I love this. This is fantastic. Also, weirdly, we've already got a rail line in here, which we can maybe use to build. Oh, we totally can. This is actually perfect. This is actually totally perfect. It's almost like I planned this. I wish I could claim that. I wish I could claim that I planned it. Okay, because we are gonna get a bonus rail line in here. Brilliant. Brilliant. Let's get this track all upgraded as well. Let's delete this track that I just roughly placed. So this, as I say, is going to be used as... No. This is going to be used... This is going to be... I'm trying to make a point here, video game. Will you allow me to do that? No, you won't allow me to do that, Cross a Million. No, of course you won't. Yeah, so this will be used to supply additional workers, mostly for consistency. We want to make sure that we always have as many people here as we possibly can. It's going to cost me 68,000 to do. I will do it. Sure. Sign me up. Sign me up. Right, brilliant. Let me just set up this. Set up that. Set up that there. And that there on the way back. Cool. We will get a little crossover point here. And here. 1, 2. Don't quite know what the length of these trains will be, but I'd wager that they're probably going to be longer than single carriages. So, you know, I'll give the trains plenty of space. And yes, so what we're going to make sure that we do is we're going to set the output of the train platform small as the Nucleargrad bus stop. By the way, this bus stop is not going to be a trolley bus stop, much like this one up here. It's just too much of a faff to create a whole bunch of trolley bus wires. But also, more than that, if this is going to be electric, I kind of want to make sure that we've got an alternative, you know, gas/diesel way to get to Nucleargrad, so that we can always have nuclear production. Actually, in a sense, that's why it's great that we've got just a regular gas-powered train. You know, we may have this fancy, super fancy, schmancy trolleybus stop, but trolleybuses only work if there's power. That's the thing. Same with electric trains. They only work if there's power. There's no leeway. It's like they will stop. They will stop very quickly after the power runs out. So it's great if you have another method of dealing with things. Right, we've got a fire. We've got a fire in, I think that's Potatograd. Yeah, it is Potatograd. That's fine. No issues with that. Was there another fire? Chemgrad Warehouse. Now that is a fire that I think should be put outable. Presumably. Fire truck was called and is headed to the fire. Yeah. Ah, it's here. It's coming right now. Brilliant. I mean, that is a warehouse that stores literally only chemicals. So you can never be too careful. Like, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Where's the other fire engines? Do I not have any other fire engines coming to help out with this fire? Why are there no other fire engines coming? One singular fire vehicle? What's the answer to that, video game? These 4 firefighters are fighting fires. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why sometimes is there only one, and on this occasion there seems to be only one, but on other occasions there seems to be others. This is a 3rd fire? Oh, goodness gracious me. That is going to be a difficult one to extinguish, actually. Where's the fire truck going to be drawn from? You know what? In order to make sure that the fire truck can go as quickly as possible over to this area, I'm going to upgrade this road. Because I've had this issue before over here. It's very, very remote. Also, you don't need to be here anymore. You can just go back to a depot. Just sell you. There we go. Okay. Don't suddenly know why all the fires are breaking out. Ah, you're coming from right up the mountain over there. Okay, I think that's probably for the best. Still going to be a little bit close for my liking. Yeah, that's not super hot. Well, it is super hot. That's the problem. Yikes. Maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to make a... like a road crossing over here in order to get to this area. I mean, this seems maybe a little frivolous, doesn't it? Doesn't seem like such an inconvenient idea that it wouldn't work, though. Yeah, and yeah, okay, all right. Let's zone that out. Why the heck not, right? I mean, we've got the resource. I mean, that is a prefab panel bridge, so it's only going to take prefab panels. It's not going to cost anything of real value. Prefab panels are super unbelievably dirt cheap anyway, so that'll be totally fine. Alright, looks like we're getting on top of the fire situation. Not entirely sure why it happened, but delighted that it's now finished. We're just about finished with this road over here, which is great news. Because that means that we can start work on the other roads here, which is good too. We've finished with our uranium conversion plant. That's very, very good indeed. I mean, we're pretty much ready to start production, aren't we? Yeah, I think we are, actually. We're ready to start production of uranium oxide, that is. And UF6. If we just get some chemicals. Which is the chemical one? It's this one. Right. You do chemicals. You do not do chemicals. But that's fine. I think that we should get a bus service. I think we should absolutely get a bus service. It's not going to net us that many individuals. Not that many people. But it's going to be worth it. And as soon as the train platform is done, we can immediately start work on that. Also, looks like we've started work on this absolute behemoth of a reactor. The twin nuclear reactor. Oh boy. It's a biggie. It's a biggie, but it's going to be great. And it's going to power the entirety of... well, everything, actually. It's going to allow us to fully retire coal. These two coal power plants. To be honest, we could probably just get away with one singular coal power plant at this moment in time. But whatever the case, we'll be able to retire the coal power plant. How cool is that? How cool is that? That's great. It's great news. It's very, very good news. All right, sell some of these trucks. I'm going to sell 4 of them because I need 4 slots for my buses. I'll buy the biggest bus that we can really get, which I think is still the IKR 280. And we'll transport from there right over to here. And we're going to only do workers. Yeah. Brilliant. And then I will copy the schedule over to the other buses. Bish, bash, bosh. And what do you know? We are ready to go. Fantastic. That's great news. I'm excited about it. We don't have that many employees waiting at the bus stop. But that's okay. How many people do we have waiting over here? Rather a lot, actually. Maybe we should have drawn people from... I tell you what, we could also draw people from there. Why the heck not, right? We'll just get another 4... we'll get another 4 additional buses. And we'll just set up a separate route. From here... right the way over to the middle of nowhere. It is a little bit of a trek. It is a little bit of a trek. Don't get me wrong. I'll grant you that. It's a little bit of a trek. But we can cope. We can cope. We can cope. Alright, you know what's great is that I haven't taken out a single loan over the course of this episode. And I'm still sitting on a stockpile of over 1 million rubles. And $5 million. That is quite obscene. We're missing electronic components. Are we still missing plastic? We're still missing plastic. That is what is winding me up the most. Although it does seem that plastic is coming in rather large quantities at this moment in time, which is great. Very happy with that. Very, very good. You do transports to... you do transport to road cargo station. I'm going to say... actually, yeah, you know, you can do plastics as well. I don't care. I was going to say maybe I will restrict my exporting to not plastic. But you know what? I will include plastic in that as well. Actually, no, I won't. I'm going to exclude plastic. So I'm basically just going to not export plastic. There we go. Just select absolutely everything with the exception of plastic so that we don't end up exporting plastic. For now, we can deal with that later, but for now it's just, you know, we've just had too many problems with plastics, really. There we go. Okay, so we need a few more chemicals to be moved across here, I believe. The truck carrying chemicals should come in just a second. Any time now, any day, any moment, any single second now. I mean, no. Okay, alright, nobody's interested in chemicals then, apparently. Well, the good news is that we've got chemicals at the conversion plant. Right, now let's see if this works. Have we got any buses that are arriving? Hey! Nope. Hey! Okay, there was no one on that bus. There's no one on this bus either. Alright, that's a pretty miserable first day. It's 37 people going to the uranium mine. Right, absolutely nobody. Absolutely nobody that is getting off the bus there. Right, we clearly need to shuffle a few things around. Nuclear Grad bus stop. Yeah, okay. These are people from the very back of Potato Grad. This is the back bus stop. Alright, so within walking distance, we should see everything here. Yeah, no surprises there. Everything should be within walking distance. The only thing that won't be within walking distance, really, which is a bit of a pain, is this fabrication plant here. In fact, even that might actually be within walking distance. Might just be within walking distance. I will need to see if I can do something like this. Yeah, I'll need to see if I can try and connect up here. Too sharp a turn? Really? Don't really understand that there, but okay. Alright, so if I do something like this, we will see if that's actually within walking distance. I doubt it will be, but it actually totally is. Okay, 374 meters. So that is absolutely everything. Absolutely everything within walking distance. Yeah, absolutely everything within walking distance of that bus stop. I don't want to claim that that's the most efficient way to set up a nuclear fuel fabrication zone, because it probably definitely isn't. But it's not bad. It's not bad. If you can reach everything with one singular bus stop, then, I mean, that's brilliant. I guess most of the thanks needs to go to the developers for actually changing the way that walking distance is calculated, because without that, it wouldn't be possible. It would not be possible to have a bunch of walking. All right, we're still missing chemicals. Are we missing chemicals over here? We're missing chemicals over here. That's the problem. We're now missing chemicals. This is like, we're missing chemicals. We're missing plastics. This is why I want to make sure that we get the resources transported by boat, so that we're not waiting for like a gazillion years for our trucks to drive across the ridiculously long bus. The ridiculously long bus, the ridiculously long bridge. Yeah, not good. Not good. Not good. But you know what else isn't good? That's right, it's the end of the episode, folks. As ever, thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. I've been Open to Potato. In the next episode, well, I mean, who knows? We're definitely going to see the completion of our nuclear fabrication campus. Are we going to see completion of the twin reactor? Maybe. 872 tons of steel, though, is a lot of steel to produce. Yeah, although we do have a fair bit in storage at this moment in time, so that's not too bad. Anyway, we'll have to see exactly what happens in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Thanks, as ever, to my fantastic Patreon supporters who help make videos like this possible. I'll see you next time. Bye.